students, I hope you will be fine at home. So in the previous video we have to discuss about chemical equations, and in chemical equations we have learned about the reactants and products and also the arrow that is present between the reactants and products. Then today we are going to study word equation. So what is word equation? As the name indicates, word means the equation that is formed by using words. So that type of equation is called word equation. So the representation of a chemical reaction using the names of the chemicals. When we use the name of the chemicals in chemical reaction, then the equation that is formed is called word equation. For example, when magnesium is react with oxygen, it will give magnesium oxide. So here we are using their names instead of using their symbols. So when we use the elements symbols and formulas, then that equation is called the chemical equation. Okay, so word equation is when we use the names of the chemicals, and when we use the symbols and the formulas of the chemicals, then it is chemical equation. Next one is chemical equation is based on the law of conservation of mass. Means the mass on the both of the sides remains the same. Okay, means it can never be created and not be destroyed. So the mass will remain same. If there are two magnesium atoms, then in the product side there are also two magnesium atoms. If there are two oxygen atoms, so at the product side there are the two oxygen atoms. So next one is the balanced equation. Balanced equation means the number of atoms of each element is same on both sides of the chemical equation. It means the number of atoms of each element will remain same on both sides of the chemical reaction. Means at the left hand side of the arrow and at the right hand side of the arrow. If there are the two magnesium, then at the product side there are also two magnesium atoms. So let us see some examples that is on page number 69 of your book. Here are the some examples of word equation and chemical equation. So the reaction between iron and sulfur, it is a combination reaction, means the two reactants combine and they will form a product. So word equation is the equation that is using the name of the chemical. So iron 2 and sulfur, they will combine with each other and form iron 2 sulfide. So this is the word equation. But chemical equation is the equation in which we use the symbols and formulas of the element. So here the iron symbol is Fe and for sulfur the symbol is S. So they will combine and form iron 2 sulfide. So next one is reaction between carbon dioxide and water. It is also a combination reaction. So its word equation is means their names carbon dioxide and water. So they will combine and form carbonic acid. And its chemical equation is means using their symbols. So in chemical equation we use their symbols and formulas. For carbon dioxide means there is one carbon and di means two. Oxide means oxygen. So carbon dioxide plus water, they will give carbonic acid. So this is acid that is called carbonic acid. Next is the reaction for the burning of carbon. Means when carbon react with oxygen, this is also a combination reaction. In this reaction the product formed is carbon dioxide. So it is the word equation because in this we use the names of the chemicals instead of using their symbols. But in the chemical equation we use their symbols. So for carbon symbol is C and for oxygen symbol is O2. So the product formed is carbon dioxide, means they will combine with each other. Next one is reaction between hydrogen and chlorine. It is also combination reaction, means hydrogen plus chlorine, they will give hydrogen chloride. And its chemical equation is H2 plus Cl2 plus 2, they will give 2HCl. Means you can also see here these are the balanced equations, because in the left hand side if there are 2 hydrogen atoms are present, so in the right hand side also there are the 2 hydrogen atoms are present. If at the left hand side 2 chlorine atoms are present, so at the right hand side also there are the 2 chlorine atoms are present. So this equation is a balanced equation. Means the number of atoms of the elements are same on the both sides of the arrow. So next one is the reaction between sodium and chlorine. This is also a combination reaction, and here you can see the word equation. Sodium plus chlorine give sodium chloride, and its chemical equation means 2Na plus Cl2, they will give 2NaCl. This C is always capital. If we write NaCl, this is a wrong formula. This is always written like this, Na and capital Cl, means sodium and chloride. Next one is the reaction for burning of magnesium. This is also a combination reaction. So magnesium plus oxygen give magnesium oxide. So 2Mg plus O2 give MgO. Here there are the 2 magnesium atoms. So at the product there are also 2 magnesium atoms. And in the reactant side there are the 2 oxygen atoms. So at the product side there are also 2 oxygen atoms. Next one is reaction for decomposition of water. This is the decomposition reaction, means we break the reactants and it will give the simpler products. So here water is break and then it will give hydrogen and oxygen, because water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. So it breaks into these simpler units. So its chemical equation is 2H2O, that will give 2H2 plus O2. So you can see that in this there are the 4 hydrogens are present and 2 oxygen atoms are present. So at the product side there are also 4 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms are present. So the equation is balanced equation. Next one is the reaction for the decomposition of sodium chloride. Means we break the sodium chloride. So it is also a decomposition reaction. So sodium chloride, this is the condition. We learnt that the condition, if there is any necessary condition, then we have to write that condition either above or below the arrow. So this is condition for the reaction. So after reaction it will give sodium and chlorine. So 2NaCl give 2Na and Cl2. So this is the balanced equation, and this is the chemical equation, and this is the word equation.